Louis, if you could serve some to the ad court here, we'll go over the server's partner. Okay. First thing on the server's partner that I see, especially at club level tennis and in league tennis, is these people stand too close to the net. They're like here. And when Tim and I used to play against Yannick Noah in doubles, that's where he stood, but he was 6'4", and he had a 40-inch vertical leap. You know, so unless you are 6'4" with a 40-inch vertical leap, I wouldn't highly recommend standing here. What I like to see for most players is kind of middle of the box, right in here. And that way, right before Brock would hit the return, I get my nice little split. And then when I poach, if I move across, I can cut the angle so much better. When I'm too close to the net, you know, there's really no way for me to move from there and cut off the angle. So if Louis just pop a little serve in there, and then I would be able to cover that ball if it's down the middle. Just hit a return kind of over the net strap. Okay, we're not competing yet. There you go. So, you know, I'm always, you know, that way starting halfway back and getting that nice little split in so you get up on your toes a bit, and then always cutting the angles. You know, always, you know, from here, leading with the racket all the time and then cutting that angle. It's really important when you're moving across in doubles to lead with that racket out in front of me. You know, a lot of players at the club level get what I call the big eyes and the big swing. You know, the ball's kind of sitting up, their eyes get big, and the racket goes way back here. Then they hit it against the USPTA sign back there. So I think when you're going across, you could hit another one kind of over the net strap here, nice and easy. Lead with the racket, so those hands are in front like that. Lead with that racket, and then everything's going to be out in front, okay? The other thing that the server's partner should do is really cover their own lobs. You know, even, you know, lob one to me here. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice one. But even if I have to play a defensive shot, say he hits a good lob, even if I have to get back here and just tap it back deep. Here, just, you know, give me a ball. Just give me a good lob here. Just hit a good lob over my head. You know, even if I had to go back and tap it, you know, and then something like that, and then just keep that ball in front of us, then we're still on offense there. So even if you aren't in position to really snap it off, if you can just tap it back deep and then get back up to the net, that would be great. And there's also something called kind of what I call space management. You know, and space management is really covering a certain part of the court, you know, as a server's partner with a little bit of aggression. When Tim and I played, I always made it my own personal goal to win at least 2 points in net for him. I wanted to win 2 points a game as a server's partner to take pressure off the server. You know, and everybody moves differently and everybody has different abilities to volley, but I think the concept is you're starting here and you want to be aggressive within the space that you can cover. Okay? And aggression really starts up in your thinking. Your thinking has got to be, I'm going to really be aggressive. I'm going to really try to help my partner out. And then hopefully that thought translates down to your feet, so your feet get excited. And then, you know, from there, you just attack that ball. So, don't worry, I won't hit you down. So, you know, that, and that way, and what I like to do, just personally, everybody's a little different, I like to look at this net strap right here as my guide, and any ball that Brock would hit that would come over the net on my side of this net strap, I really feel that's my ball. Okay, so any ball that's coming in here, another way to break that down is if Louis coming in, just come in a second, if he's got a forehand volley more toward the middle of the court, I know I'm not doing my job. If the server is coming in and he's got too many inside volleys, you know, it's one thing if they hit it out wide to out to the alley. He's got the outside volley. That's fine because you know the ball's so far away from me. But if he's got that inside volley toward the middle of the line, you know, I'm just falling asleep at the switch here. So you really want to try to be as aggressive as you can within the space that you can cover. And then obviously, anytime I would go across that midline, you know, Louis would know to switch and then, you know, immediately, you know, cover that part of the court. But, you know, some people get confused when to switch. You know, this would not be a switch situation where I'm just in here, you know, covering my own half of the court. I wouldn't expect Louis to switch on that shot. I would kind of cover again here. So, and really the number one job of the server's partner is to get into the head of the receiver. I want Brock thinking more about what's Gully going to do this time. Is he going to go? Is he going to stay? What's he doing? And if I can get in his head a little bit, then, you know, maybe he'll take his eye off the ball. Maybe, you know, he'll try to change his shot in the middle of his swing. So, you know, that's my goal. So to get in his head, I've got to be active. And I learned something great from Fred Stolle, who was a phenomenal doubles player. And Fred always told me, always poach a couple times in the first game. You know, that kind of sets the tone for the whole match where you're really going to get moving right away and you're just not going to go out there and wait for your partner to do something because it's his serve. So that's the deal on the server's partner.
To buy a DVD of this seminar in its entirety, go to usprotennisshop.com.